Welcome to this week's video. Today's video we're going to be talking about what my training program is like as I'm trying to increase my vertical. It's a really simple workout program. So first I hit my kind of key lifts. I usually do two kind of compound movements. There's one lower body, one upper body, and then I move into some jumping work, and I superset that usually with some arm work or some fluff work, whatever I feel like doing on the day. So not too strict on that. And then I make sure I get 2 to 3 jumping exercises, kind of plyometric exercises in, along with a bit of core work. And I do ankle rehab stuff and balance and whatnot in between sets.
So following that structure, I basically do 2 alternating workouts. So here is the outline for workout A. I start off by warming up with some kettlebell swings. I usually do 3 or 4 sets of anywhere between 10 and 20 reps, depending how I'm feeling, just to get my body going, get the hips firing. I then move on to my power cleans, and for this workout I worked up to a heavy double. Power clean is one of the best exercises you can do for your explosiveness. So I'm hoping that as I get better at this lift, better technique, hopefully it'll have quite good crossover into my vertical. I usually alternate workouts where I work up to kind of heavy weights one workout, and then the next one I'll go lighter for more volume. Between every set of power cleans I was doing my other compound lift of the day, which in this case were my weighted pull-ups. Also in this little circuit were my depth jumps. So I basically went power clean, weighted pull up, and then depth jump, and that was one circuit. And I did that 4 times. I usually do it, I aim for 4 times. If I'm feeling good, I might go for five times that circuit. The depth jump is one of my favorite exercises, just for building up that elastic energy, for kind of bounding off the ground and into the air. I'm pretty casual with what jumping exercise I do. I pretty much just decide on the day depending on what I feel like. Moving into my next circuit of exercises, I start off with some rear delt flies, and I pretty much do this for my shoulder health, to make sure that I'm working not just the front of my shoulder but the back, so that I can avoid shoulder injuries. Sometimes I use this machine, and sometimes I just use free dumbbells, and I kind of bend over and do the fly that way. After the rear delt fly, I went into some bicep curls. So here I'm just using a 30 kg weight, and I'm doing that for 8 reps. Usually I just go for anywhere between 6 to 10 reps. As to why I do bicep curls, for a long time I was kind of like anti doing arms, but then I eventually just gave in. To be honest, it's just pretty fun to do, and there's no real benefit to doing arms. It's just fun, and it feels good to get a pump. Then moved on to this exercise, which I don't actually know what it's called, but to be honest, I once just saw JJ Redick doing it in one of those like NBA workout videos, and I thought, hey, if he's doing it, I may as well do it. It does feel pretty good on my back though, because I do notice that my twisting motion isn't very good, so just kind of being able to do a bit of twisting training while kind of working out my core feels pretty good. Last exercise for this 4 exercise circuit are my max jumps. So that's pretty much just me trying to jump as high as I can and using that big fan to test how high I'm reaching every workout. I did this circuit 4 times as well, and then I moved into some barefoot skipping. This is my finisher exercise, so I basically just do this to wrap up the workout. It feels really good just to get barefoot, just that jumping and landing. I can feel my ankles proprioception improving, and I just kind of feel bouncy afterwards. Moving on to workout B, you'll see that it's actually very similar, and I also did this workout on a work morning, so. So same workout, getting that kettlebell swing in, just to practice that triple extension and get the body warm. For this workout, I was doing deadlifts instead of squats. Here I'm working with 120 kilos for sets of 5. I used to be, much more into trying to lift super heavy, but now I realize, if I just want to stay strong, stay functional, there's no point risking injury by going too heavy. I moved into dumbbell press as well as part of the circuit. So here I'm working with 36 kilos for sets of 7. And again, I'm not doing too much volume work for my upper body because, like I said before, I just want to stay strong, not necessarily put on any size. For my first jumping exercise for this workout, I did plyometric lunges. So this is a really, really great exercise for activating your glutes. My glutes never ever hurt as much after workouts as they do when I do this exercise. So essentially it was deadlift, dumbbell press and plyometric lunges, again 4 rounds. Then I move into my accessory circuit. Here I'm doing some lateral raises for 12 to 15 reps per set, tricep pushdowns 8 to 12 reps. Then this core exercise that I call the bicycle, so again it's kind of a rotational core exercise, and then I wrap up with some max jumps, and I did this circuit 4 times. Then just like the other workout, I do double unders as a finisher, and my calves are pretty much numb after this. Just got done with that workout. Took longer than expected because I'm not used to having to set up the camera and record every other set, but I think I should make it in time. Just gotta grab a quick shower and then carpool to work. So how do I give myself a rating out of 5 for my training? Well, I basically start off with a 3 out of 5 if I train 3 times a week and I complete my basic training routine. If I get in the gym for extra training sessions, then I get a +1. If I get in less than 3 times, I get a -1. And similarly, if I have to cut my workouts short, then I get -1. And if I manage to squeeze in some extra time for some extra skipping, then I get a +1. So there you have it, guys. That is how I rate myself for my training. And I have kind of similar criteria for each of my 4 categories: training, stretching, injuries, and my diet and weight, which I'll cover in future videos. With these scores, I come to an average of 3.25 out of 5. So obviously I could be doing more and doing better, but I am on track to continue making progress. I'm down 0.3 kg in terms of my average weight this week compared with last week, and this is right where I want to be in terms of how fast I'm losing my weight.
Okay, that's not the tennis ball now. on a proper height hoop.
Boom! So freaking stoked that I got my first tennis ball dunk. Does not really look cool at all, but progress is progress, and I'm gonna take it. Until next week, cheer cheer.